Hey, good morning, peeps. It's V here of Grumpy and V, and we are going to Great Wolf Lodge. I wanted to have some fun on my birthday, so I decided to book a one-night, 2-day stay at the Great Wolf Lodge in Grand Mound, Washington. It was a Hayden party of 3, my 2 teenage boys and me. They're 13 and 14. We had plenty of time to explore the lodge, eat at some of the restaurants, and enjoy the water park. These are our first impressions. We had never been at the Great Wolf Lodge before. I always wanted to go, but just never did it. To be clear, I'm not getting any kickbacks or commissions for this review. I'm in no way connected to the Great Wolf Lodge or any of its partners' affiliates. This is just a helpful vlog for inquiring minds that want to know, like I did. I have to say that driving up to this lodge is very impressive. The resort is halfway between Portland, Oregon and Seattle, Washington. It's in a small Pacific Northwest town, but not off the beaten path. It's literally right off of I-5, the main interstate highway on the west coast. You can see the huge Howland Tornado water slide from the highway. We also took a pit stop at the Centralia outlet stores a few miles down the road to the south, so that was an added plus. I was pleasantly surprised by the vibe at the lodge. But let's be clear, I kept reminding myself that there was a worldwide health pandemic happening, but genuinely I felt safe. I will have another vlog regarding the COVID safety measures that the lodge implemented, but overall the feel of the lodge, the theming, the amenities, the activities, and the food were on par with all of my expectations. So let's talk price. For complete transparency, it is not cheap to spend a few days at a resort with a water park. I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat it. We were able to get a 30% discount and still ended up paying $230 a night. Add in taxes and resort fee of $60 and you're looking at $300 for one night. Of course, they upsell you even online while you are checking in. So if you add anything like a Wolf Pass, you start with a $400 bill for your vacation before it even begins. For only one night. Yikes. However, you can access the water park at 1 p.m. on the day of check-in and stay until park close, which is 8 p.m. on the day of checkout, which is a huge benefit. If you want to optimize your spend, then plan for 2 full days to get the most bang for your buck. So the per night dollar amount hurts slightly less when you add all of what you're paying for. Okay, so let's talk about the check-in process. I attempted to check in on the app. However, since I decided to change from a debit card to a credit card at the last minute, I kind of broke the system. The app did not work for me for check-in, but I called the resort and they were great. They explained the check-in process, which, by the way, is to leave your kids in the car. Mine are a little bit older, so it wasn't a problem, so that there's less people in the lobby. This is not only makes check-in a breeze, but gave me peace of mind knowing that they had my best interest and my family in mind, especially with COVID. The gal at the check-in also asked me if we were celebrating anything special. When I told her I was celebrating my birthday, she promptly gave me a birthday button. It was a very nice touch. So understand that while you're checking in, they will try to upsell you on some of their amenities. I upgraded from a Paw Pass to a Wolf Pass, which was $20 for each pass upgrade for an additional $49 on my bill, including tax. I was willing to make that choice. I was already thinking about doing it anyway, and the gal at the front desk was very informative, but not pushy, which was very important to me. Another important item to note, which could have impact onto your pocketbook, is that while you're doing the pass activities with your kids, they will try to upsell you to the next level. Now, this is not the sleazy cruise ship spa high pressure type of upsell. There really isn't any pressure. They're just informing you that there are other options. They offer the information, and if you say no thanks, the conversation is over. I guess if you have younger kids, they may beg for some of those items, clothes for the stuffed animals, more candy, different experience. But I went with teenage boys, so if I wasn't willing to shell out more money, I just gave them the look, and they knew what the deal was. But you might want to be aware of that when you bring littler kids because they can be impressionable. We will be releasing another video on just the Wolf Pass. That way you can understand what it is, what's included in it, and whether or not it's worth it. So hit that subscribe button and the little bell so that when that video uploads, you are notified. Great Wolf Lodge does have an app that has special discount codes and the maps and coupons. The advice here is just stick to the budget, but look for the deals on the app. I highly recommend downloading the app before you get to the resort. I actually like the website better for research and pre-arrival information. I ended up using the website before and after our stay in order to get more details and to be able to present this to you as well. If you want to avoid the aggravation, I highly suggest just sticking to the website. The next area I want to talk about is the theme of the lodge. Now, I live in the Pacific Northwest, so I am used to logs and trees and et cetera, but they really outdid themselves with the theming of this. The forest animals, log tables, log benches, log beds, everything throughout looks like a legitimate lodge. And it was all appropriate and charming. It wasn't overdone. All of the staff members that we encountered were pleasant and competent. If they were in training, their name tag noted that. And some of them just went above and beyond. Our experience at the Magic Quest, for example, these folks were just on it. And they made you feel like you're actually going on a Magic Quest. There were 2 employees in that shop, and they were both just phenomenal. Just a minor complaint, but they could score higher on their service if they noticed just the little things. Like I was wearing a birthday button, for example. Say happy birthday if you see the button. I think that if they were trained to do this, that it would make a huge difference in their customer satisfaction. Due to COVID, the hotel was only at 60% capacity. My boys were able to complete and obtain almost everything on their Wolf Passes, which is 5 separate activities and 6 special items throughout the lodge on the very first day. We rode all of the big slides at the water park multiple times and had an absolute blast. I'll be doing a separate vlog on the Wolf Pass itself. The arcade Northern Lights was empty. We walked right into Howl at the Moon Glow Golf, MagiQuest, Oliver's Mind, Build-A-Bear, and the candy shop. As a reminder, you do have access to the lodge, water park and all at 1 o'clock on the day of check-in and on the day of checkout until the water park closes, which at the time of publication is 8 p.m. So you can leverage your time at the resort. Just be careful to stick to your budget because everything costs money. With that said, I had a great time spending my birthday at Great Wolf Lodge in Washington. My boys also had fun and found a couple friends who were also from Washington, and it appeared that all of the families that we saw were having a great time. So the $1,000,000 question, is it worth it? You bet. My only regret is that I didn't do this sooner when my kids were younger and my whole family was together. My advice, if you've ever thought about going to Great Wolf Lodge and you were on the fence or thought it was too much money, do it now before time slips away and leaves you wishing you had taken the time and had spent that money. Thank you for joining us on this special adventure. If you felt like this video was helpful, hit the subscribe button and the notification number. We're going to be uploading several more videos on our experience at Great Wolf Lodge. Stay tuned and we'll talk to you soon.